Hello, hello. This episode is for days 319 to 322 of my 365-day raw suspending disbelief journey. This is for March 7th to 10th. And for the most part, this covers a weekend where I didn't have any kids. So, but we'll start off. The 7th is a Friday, and it was after just the absolute massive emotional meltdown of the night before. But it was not a recovery day. It was a take action day. It was choosing to move and move quickly on some of the things that really needed to be done, that have maybe had a pin in them for too long, like getting my kids set up for the support that they need and getting myself set up for the support that I need. So, with the intensity of the emotions that came through on the Thursday night, I really started noticing, okay, like I'm doing this alone, right? It was just this like, oh my gosh, I need support. And yes, I have my friends and my mother, and I've got people I can talk to. I'm not completely alone, but it is different than when you are um even having a partner, like not having a boyfriend or husband or a partner of any sort to sort of talk through daily life with, um, is definitely something that I noticed the lack of in being a single mom, right? And it's fine, and it's a sacrifice that I'm willing to do for my children, but at the same time it gets to a point where it's like, okay, enough is enough, and I can't just, I'm not going to unload everything on friends, even though I have friends available to talk to. So I need to get myself set up with a therapist. I need to, do these things and do them for my children, and and there was this huge to-do list. So I was on the phone for most of Friday, um talking with the different options for therapy, trying to find the best option for us for therapy, getting set up with intake calls for appointments and all kinds of things, and just booking all kinds of things onto the calendar, and making sure that all of our needs are going to be taken care of over the next few days and over the next weeks and months and into the future. So there was a lot of taking action that happened, which was really only possible because I allowed completely the emotional release the night before. And as much as I wanted to just suspend disbelief that, oh, I can take a rest and heal and rejuvenate, it was like, nope, it's not time yet. So I spent all of Friday doing that. Saturday, I spent um, it, Saturday was a little bit of a split day. So my mom, actually, it was going to be my weekend with the kids. And after the intensity of the last like month and a half, a little bit over a month and a half, and just everybody being sick and no break whatsoever, and not being able to do any work and not being able to rest or catch up at all, it was just like, okay, I really need to stop. And so my mom was going to take the kids for the weekend. But Saturday, Cadence had an archery tournament, so we went to that first, and then I dropped the kids off to my mom later. Um, Went home and just crashed. Like, and it was also time change weekend, so it was like we were all already gonna lose an hour. But I went home and I crashed until like the afternoon. The next day I just slept. I was so exhausted, and I needed that so badly, right? So actually I came home, I actually like did a bunch of a reset on my bedroom, and then I crashed, I should say that. So I did like a really deep energetic reset on my bedroom, and I sort of reset things up, and I even redecorated, which it seemed like, even at the time, I was like, this is so random. I have so much on my plate. This is what I'm choosing to do right now. But it was so desperately needed. My room just needed this energy refresh that made it so that I got such good rest that night, and was able to really reset and be ready to take on more going forward. Anyway, I had actually even messaged my uncle the night before and just said that I needed a complete reset, because usually every Sunday we have a call, we connect, and I just was like, I need to not talk to anybody on Sunday. I need to not talk at all. I thought I'm only going to have like the majority of the day Sunday and the remainder of Saturday after dropping my kids off to my mom, And that just felt like such a desperate need at that point. So I even messaged him the night before, and then I didn't set an alarm. And it was like, with the time change, I think I woke up at like 1:30 in the afternoon. So it would have normally been 12:30, but still way later than normal for me. And so desperately needed. So I got up the next day. I did, a little bit of stuff around the house, but for the most part, I just kind of sat there, and it was so needed. I really, really needed that reset. And then actually it turned out that my mom's husband had come into town sort of towards the end of the day Sunday, and wanted to keep the kids there Sunday night because they had no school Monday. And even though my mom was going to be gone at work during the day, he would bring them to me the next day. And I was like, oh, hell yes. Keep them longer. Let me get more rest. Let me reset a bit more. And it was so needed. And Sunday, I still, even after waking up that late, I still went to bed early, got lots of sleep that night. And then the next day, I spent so much time just meditating and doing yoga and resetting my body, my mind, everything. And then he was so sweet, so generous as to even pick up some groceries on the way with the kids, and got them each a little treat, a little gift as well, and just sort of spoiled my kids, and gave them a little bit of extra love and attention that they hadn't been able to get from me so much with the craziness of the last while. And then help out and just take even more off my plate without having to grocery shop and the funds for those groceries and everything. So it was really just a huge blessing and an incredible reset for me that brought me back to point zero, which is so important, especially as a single mom, as an entrepreneur. Like, there's just this real need for an energetic reset now and then. And I was so blessed to be able to get one. So that's what I have to share with you today. And I will be back to talk to you again tomorrow.